Are you ready for a streaming buzzword that you hate because it's so ambiguous? Well, this video is going to be about branding. And why is branding so important? Because if we are being totally honest here, Twitch does sometimes feel like a popularity contest where your main job is to convince as many people as possible that you are worth spending hours in a live stream with. Okay, that is a bit cynical and a little bit of a blanket statement, but if you're going to make Twitch your full-time gig, then you need to look at it objectively, and that is sometimes a part of it. Wherever people discover you, whether it's a clip that somebody retweeted on Twitter, or indeed a YouTube video that you posted, or just browsing Twitch, your essence or your personal brand is what they feel. Now it's going to make them stick around and hang out with you and then come back again and again and again. This branding includes things like unique elements from your stream, your overlays, your logo or your profile picture, and even your confidence and your presence on stream. And just for fun, I'll have Harris tune in from Japan to talk about that last one. So let's go over these, and by the end of this video, the goal is for you to have a better understanding of how you look, not just from your perspective, but also how you look from a random viewer's perspective also. Welcome back to the Alpha Gaming channel, guys. My name is Sam, and today you're going to start looking a little more like a pro streamer. Just a quick reminder, guys, I do stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Twitch. The link to my channel is in the description down below. If you guys have any questions about video editing, motion graphics, graphic design, and how to get better branding on your Twitch channel, then please come by, drop me a follow, and ask me questions when I am live. Also, if you guys find the video entertaining, engaging, and informative in any way, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Let's jump in and talk about one of the most common questions I get asked on Twitch. I get asked constantly, Sam, I want to have a logo for my Twitch channel. Do you have any suggestions? And every time I go to answer, I always ask them this first. Do you need a logo? I mean, really think about it for a second. Has any other streamer's logo pulled you into their stream? Or is it a status symbol that you see every other streamer have a logo and you feel left out without one? The main thing that defines you as a streamer, as a content creator, is you, not a logo. The main purpose of a logo is for identification. And if you want people to identify you as a content creator, and that's probably what you want your logo to be. It should be of your face. However, if you are not the main form of content, for example, if you are a professional player and your content is your gameplay and not your personality, a logo could potentially make sense. You need an image for your viewers to mentally attach your content to. Look at YouTube, a place where, for the most part, content creators have got this figured out. Look at big personality channels like Casey Neistat, MKBHD, Peter McKinnon. You know, it's just pretty much profile pictures and mugshots over there. Look at YouTube channels that are more team or content oriented. For example, Linus Tech Tips has a logo, but his personal Twitter is a picture of his face. Philip DeFranco, his news channel has a logo. His personal socials have his face. Alpha Gaming, a YouTube channel for educational content. All of our personal social medias are faces. It helps viewers align with who you are as an individual when your content is focused on you as an individual. And by the way, incoming comment alert, I do know there are a billion exceptions to this rule, especially on Twitch. If you have thousands of viewers, you can kind of do whatever you want and you'll be fine. Also, this isn't saying you shouldn't have a logo. Logos are great to use across your social media, and if you market yourself and your logo really well, you can do things like create memorable merch, for example. This is just about you using it as your profile picture. That's it. Right, moving on to number 2. Just in case we've somehow forgotten to mention it on this channel before, it's important to make content outside of Twitch on more discoverable platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, so on and so forth. So now you're finally reaching an audience on these platforms, let's get those viewers moved over to Twitch. And one of the best ways of doing this is by using some really sleek motion graphics. We released a video a while back showing you guys how to edit some really cool Twitter videos that you can share for discoverability. Link to that in the description down below. And not just to make Twitter a bulletin board for when you're going live, but to actually make and create engaging content for it. And a lot of you guys liked that video and found it super helpful. In that video, we released a free end slate that you guys can put at the end of your Twitter video to advertise your Twitch. But the one thing that you guys have asked us is if we can do something similar for YouTube, like the banners that we use in our own videos to promote our Twitch channels. So we did. In the description, there is a link to the Discord, and inside the Designs and Sounds channel, there are 2 banners that you guys can use use in your videos. The first one is a generic Twitch one that says links are in the description, and the other one has room for you to fade in your own Twitch link. I provided both, plus a link to download the font that I use if you guys want to keep things consistent when using the graphics. Drag either one of those into your video editor of choice, and if need be, add your own link and just fade it out at the end of the animation. Boom, you now have some really clean graphics you can use to help promote your Twitch channel in your YouTube videos. You're welcome. Now go forth and reap the fields that thou hast sown with the seeds of content. Moving on, let's talk about how your stream looks and what that says to new viewers. And I'm talking about how many streamers still seem infatuated by having loads of small metrics for their stream that clutter and make the stream look busy and distracting. It's like this really interesting life cycle of a streamer. They start out as an egg, nothing on screen and maybe a camera. Soon they hatch into larvae, where they learn to add metrics. And boy, have they learned to add metrics. Soon they are I want to say pooper. They've saved up for an overlay that is large enough to fit all of these metrics in, and frankly, there are so many of them that they all lose meaning and you might as well have none. And finally, the fully fledged adult streamer emerges as a beautiful dung beetle and realizes that only putting the most important metrics, the ones you want to encourage the most, will not only bring more value to those metrics, but will make the stream look more clean and professional. Harris wrote that entire section, and I think the only reason why is because he wanted me to say some weird Pretty spot on with the streamers being dung beetles though. Anyway, moving on. The point was, keep your stream clean and do more with less. Use things like the rotating metric we gave away for free and condense all of your metrics into one single little widget that you can have on your stream in the corner or under your webcam. I do this on my stream. I have a just chatting screen with a preview of my desktop, and I have under it 3 widgets in total. Underneath it shows my latest sub, cheer and gifted sub metrics, along with a daily sub and a total sub count. I've used iconography to distinguish the 2 stars being new subs and crowns being total subs, and that is it. That is all I have on my scene. It's clean, it's minimal, and it's presenting all the information that I need without making the scene look too busy and cluttered. Dial your design back. Look at ways you can optimize your overlay to have a cleaner appearance on stream. Remember, your stream is about your engagement with your viewers, not the numbers. Let's move on to the next one. What is your USP, or in this case, your unique streaming point? I completely made that up, but you know what? We're going to make it a thing.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Having a reoccurring trope or theme that gives your viewers a sense of community, like they are the only ones in on a joke, can be a huge advantage. This can be something that you plan, like Lily Peach, who does role-playing on her stream to engage with her content and her audience. This can be an accident, like when Harris was messing around with his voice changer and he found a really high-pitched voice and then spoke a broken Japanese phrase, and now the hentai voice is a thing that happens a couple of times a stream. It can also be community-based, like when viewers donate to Shroud and make text-to-speech poems centered around his...
Is it a snake? Is it a rock? No, it's Shroud's fat
I think you get the picture. These can give a great sense of community. I don't recommend forcing it, but if one starts to catch, keep rolling with it, you know, have a community meme, if you will.
What's up? Just coming to you guys live from my onsen resort. Well, it's not mine, but the one we're staying at, right at like the base of Mount Fuji. I'd show you, but it, you know, it's dark. You can't see anything. It's dope. Check out my Twitter. I posted a video of when we could see it. Anyway, I want to talk to you guys about an aspect of branding that doesn't get talked about very often, because I think a couple of reasons. I'm gonna set this camera down here. So what I'm talking about here is your personal brand, your personality-based brand, how you interact with your viewers, how you interact with the camera. And this one is difficult to talk about because people get upset. Whenever you talk about anything like this, there's always negative comments that are like, hey, don't tell me how to be. I'm gonna be me. Stop telling me to be a robot and telling me what kind of person to be. It's fake. It's not what I'm saying, by the way. I'm not telling you to be someone you're not. What I am saying is learn to be the most confident version of yourself. Let me explain. You know what I'm talking about if you've ever been around someone where just after a couple sentences, you can say to yourself, oh, this person probably makes a lot of friends. You've known that person, you know who I'm talking about, you have someone in mind, and it has nothing to do with them talking about how many friends they have or all their plans. Usually when people do that, you actually think less of the person because they're like trying to prove something to you and you feel like it's forced, but you've been around someone who just emits confidence in themselves. They like themselves. They like who they are. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter their quirks, their good sides, their bad sides. They like themselves, and it's something you can't ignore, and it makes you want to be around that person. That is something that every individual has to learn how to do, but it's something that you should be consciously aware of. When you watch back your videos, if you start making videos, if you watch back your VODs or your clips, reflect on yourself and ask yourself, am I being someone that when other people watch, they are drawn to? This is something that can take a long time. It will take a long time. A lot of it has to come naturally, but you can speed up that process by becoming self-aware of yourself and recognizing what mannerisms make you look nervous, what mannerisms make you look self-conscious, and specifically work on getting rid of those. And adopting maybe some of your favorite mannerisms from people that you look up to, people that you feel like you relate to, and so they do come naturally. This isn't about changing who you are. This is about becoming the version of you that makes other people feel at home and comfortable, and that is a huge aspect of your brand. But Sam's gonna finish the rest of the video for you. Kaiten sushi ga yonderu kara ikanai to.
Just remember, branding is absolutely vital, and even though the answers to these are going to be vastly different to everybody out there, there are still best and worst practices. Take these things, digest them, and do what's ultimately best for you. This is your brand, not mine, and it needs to reflect you. Hope you guys have found this video helpful. Once again, I do stream on Twitch. I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The links to my channels are in the description down below. Also, I am picking up my own YouTube channel up again. I am doing more videos over there. The link to that channel is in the description down below. And if you guys want to connect and talk to other like-minded individuals about your brand and your growth and your content, then feel free to jump into our Discord. The link to that is in the description down below. And as always, guys, happy streaming.
Oh, great.
Last Guardian standing. Fight. Neither team has lives left. Show no mercy. 10 seconds. Shut the enemy down.
How am I?
This is it.